omuganda ganti obuuka urine n'olinya mu pi. Museveni listens to opposition nga bawa sente. Why don't I join the opposition nange bampe sente? Kubanga kakati nkozesa zange mala time gye nalinonyezaamu sente zange nenoonya ki tewali. They don't give me because they want to put me like Olugosi in their underparts.
Names they ogamba. We Uganda muli opposition. Ate opposition jobogendo join.
Their money. I don't have their money. They cannot give me money because they want me to be controlled like testicles in somebody's pants, which I cannot.
I see.
I know kubera wansi omuntu tumufuge ngufugani. Nze toyinza kumfuga. You cannot defend. Defending am I a mercenary? If I was a mercenary, what does he give me? Bampadde ki? Toli ki bampadde? Everything has been effectively sabotaged. Mbongende mbajoyo ninge mbafukamire sibafukamirako. If you bring an appointed letter in my family, tibampa kwa minister, bane nkutira mwe smash your head. I even pay allowances for my security people.
I see.
Bampaji. Do they pay me for these programs I make? They are depleting my family resources. What do they give me? Nothing. This government is not facilitating me. It comes a time when things are not defendable.
Of course.
Yes, because I cannot close to the opposition, but I go home and sleep. There are things when it comes. You see, if you want to retain your dignity, when you want to retain respect in society, there are things you don't defend. Tokubuulira abasajja bano nti ejjoogo lyabwe obusuma bwabwe bwe banaaba tebabukutteeko gavumenti egudde. Tuva mu famire enjavu, ffe tuli basajja bakozi, era kyova olaba nti nze nzekka nze musajja alwanye ne maafiya emyaka 8 kubanga naba sitandi nga nemmanya nti bajooga abantu kusinziira ku bwavu ne sacrifice, nti abantu bano batya nnyo obwavu, nti bwe tukujja wano nga ffe tutwala 5 billion gwembwa nga bakanyuka kasasiro, nze ngende kasasiro watali sente. Politics is who gets what and when. Politics is sharing. You cannot remove me from a job nondampinga mu president's office as an admin.
Balobonga tebasharinga.
Anti baavu. Ekikutegeeza nti bannayuganda baavu. Nti bano abaana bwe basinzira bajooga. How? Let me give you examples. Nti tebereza, we have one vacant post of a yala because Kasamba died in the middle of his term. But the president addressed 60 people, all vying for this same job,
including Chiwanda.
Hey, I'm number 4. Number 4 again. Why? This is why the mafias humiliate you. They know that you cannot survive outside the government. Until you see many Ugandan politicians are like baboons of Busitema and Kaluma. These baboons are used to human assistance. The baboons depend on bananas thrown to them by the travelers, the passengers. If a situation emerges which puts these baboons into the forest, they can die. Because they cannot feed themselves.
Like the chimpanzees
like the chimpanzees, like the buffoons in other national park. Kakati n'abantu ba Uganda from colonial times, abazungu abaganda bo bakyogera bulungi to follow into things.
Okugwa mu bintu.
Ebyobufuzi ogudde mu bintu. They were detached from the population, taken to Nakasero. They were taken to Nakasero. These days they go to Minister's village and they are detached from the population. 2, because they are used to free things, they are like ticks stuck on a cow. Tebasobola kukola. Bamanyira lifestyle ya waggulu, tebamanyidde kwejjanjaba, tebamanyidde kwegulira mmere, tebamanyidde
amafuta ga kaadi, okujjanjaba kwa kaadi.
Kwa kaadi. Kakati nze saamanyira bintu ebyo. Out of my culture, nze simanyiranga to be spoon fed. Era bwe nagenda mu State House, I did not become used to the government facilities. This is why the moment they wanted to humiliate me, we fell apart.
Of course.
Nze nkoze the longest resistance in Uganda history. 8 years. era nakakati bakitegedde have defeated them hands down kubanga byonna bye nabagambanga bibaddewo. They targeted my wife kubanja ogedde ku organic cases. I defeated them. As I speak today, 167 Ugandans have been arraigned before the International Criminal Court. They appeared there via Zoom on Tuesday. They have been divided into 2 groups for illegal extraction of organs.
I see.
Kakati abo bonna kunerega nembaga nti mugenda kusuula ekintu kyammwe. You are undermining Museveni nti mumukwate power. Power bajjeji bajjako. Obubbi you cannot hold
batunda organs zikwata power kubanga mzee tosobola kutta bantu
bo baategeera bakwata amawulire ne bagawamba. Newspapers, the print media is in their hands. Kyobola nti Kaliisa yali alowooza nti asobola okunfuga kumpaaki. What do you give me? Ne bagenda bagamba ono musajja Ssennyonga nti angobe ku TV. Who lost?
What up?
Siyinza kuddayo. Kaliisa yali asindise Mwanga nalina namu benyo ndo Mwanga mutirewa. I would have smashed his head.
I see.
One pig. I don't have a reverse gear.
I see.
Because who helps the other? Is it the radio station or TV station on my head? All my ideas.
I see.
Kakati nze mbapuluvingidde nti nze tosobola. I don't need a government job where I'm going to
be. Resistance jokoze. Tejiddeko costs.
Anti-cost. Family affair yakitulo as an attack on the dignity of our family.
I see.
Naffe tujogebo. Ne bakujjana ne bakanyuka ku jirikiti okutali sente. Nti enkya atajja mu new version semanyi nga ndi wansi wa Kabushenga nenyo benyondo ne mukama wabwe yeewunga. Nti tubyanda Kabushenga. Tubyanda Kabushenga. A man who used to work under the president that ngende under Kabushenga nenyo ko benyondo nkaso omutwe. Mbwaha. Kabushenga kano kamwe kagonde katumweba. I can give Mirundi a job. Gande give it to you one month. Atayina mulyo. Mwatwale mbiri. Nenyo ko benyondo bali mu bulide nti nkase zomu. Kakati I've defeated them hands down. And there is no other Ugandan who can make this resistance.
Who has staged the resistance
because
like you?
For me, having worked in a very strategic job, I was able to see nti mu Uganda temuli give respect to religious leaders. Because normally these religious leaders come to a witch doctor for help. For powers. Nti omwana asula mu ssabo tawa bannaddiini kitiibwa. Kati nze mu State House nalaba abeeyita ba opposition leaders nga ssente bazikima ekiro. Nentegeera nti there is no alternative in Uganda. Uganda is very unique. We don't have a functioning opposition. Bonna baagala kulya ssente. Kakati nentegeera nti yusinza kugendayo. I cannot join Uganda's opposition because it's a misnomer. These are masqueraders. They are paid money by government to survive. I
see.
2, nentegeera to what made Bidandi and Kategaya and Imbabazi to fail out of the population, to lose public support and respect. 1, they attacked Museveni. Oinake wekoledde londa Museveni. Enkya Bidandi naga nti nvuganya Museveni. Titebeera mubakulembeze balungi bangi enkya nti muvuganya. People they kateeka yazi omunyankole teyekyusa mu kitanda mirundi 2 n'akomawo humiliated kateeka ya nentegeera nti once you fall out with Museveni n'omulwanyisa you lose. Nze saalwanyisa Museveni and like other people.
Ati abantu bali babatunulira nga dikoyi za mukamaawo. Nti dikoyi nti abasindike eno bajje bafuuke ekirala nga bali kirala.
Political science, if you want to ballot. Any leader who waits to be sacked by the president in the eyes of the public is as guilty. Because what does it mean? This is why I explain that me I don't praise Mandela. Why? That Mandela had one term. Why didn't he reject to become president, to remain a freedom fighter?
I see.
Like Kavua in Italy. Kavua united Italy, but he never took power. Mandela, only when Mandela took power, he had to divorce his wife to appease the whites. Here, when Chris Hani the commander of the South African rebels was killed, did Mandela institute a commission of inquiry? No. He was pleasing the whites.
I see.
2, when Mandela left the government, he had 2 deputies, the Kirak and the Thabo Mbeki. Why did he hand the power to Thabo Mbeki? So it's yes, me I analyze things.
But at least you would praise him for perseverance.
Even the American president cannot tell us that they are Democrats. Why? We would see an American president who does not want to have a second term, but they make sure that they have second terms. So how can you determine that your baby, your kid, has eaten enough akuse when the plate is empty? Omwana kusa alekayo
kitegeera alekako n'olyoko kitegeera
otegeera nti akuse embeera agiresekawo naye omwana akombye ne sowaani nonga nti akuse. Why do we see
but for them they respect structures,
to get a second term?
I think what should be defined as democracy is respecting structures.
They make sure that they want to be succeeded by their former vice president.
I see.
Yes, it was only Obama, not Obama, Clinton, who was rejected by Lieberman because this man, Al Gore picked Lieberman, the man who had harassed Obama, Clinton, to the extent that when Clinton said that we are all sinners, blind Clinton, this man Al Gore fell, was defeated by George Bush Jr. So therefore, even in those countries, they make sure. Look at Britain. When is
there any country you consider to have a full democracy?
When there is a rebellion in the ruling party, what do? They get somebody from the ruling party. The Conservatives removed Margaret Thatcher, replaced her with John Major. This is what the Labour parties did when they replaced Tony Blair with Brown. So, when I analyze these things, you call democratic people that they are democratic. Look what Merkel in Germany, they have no term limits. In Italy, they had to fabricate cases against Berlusconi that was sleeping with younger girls.
Yes.
To get him because he was popular.
We had
just
that.
Italian. Kati nze bintu byamwe byonna bwe mbibala bifaanagana. Naye enjawulo ya gundi nabawandikira mu katabo kange ne mbagamba. Politics is dirty. But it is the level of
bakubya scandals novaamu abantu
mu Africa bo bakutta busina kusiba mu komera.
Kituufu.
Politics is a dirty game, but it depends on the level of dirtiness. Ekyokubiri nti mu Uganda mwokka mwe muli mafia ganga etafaanana walala. All mafia gangs, mafias, first of all, a mafia is not easy to have a strong network in the government. The Ugandan mafia is created a subterfuge within the government. It controls the IGG's office, it controls the Auditor General, it controls Parliament, it controls everything. This is how Museveni is fighting his own government at the extent of expressing despair. Nabagamba chi. How can the president tell the permanent secretary, you reveal in the public that you directed the permanent secretary to make enough beds to purify this and he's not arrested, or he is not sacked? Then that is a coalition government. You are sharing power with a stronger force in your government. This is what it means.
Hey. Whatever we hear him say is a sign of coalition. Yes, he's sharing power with some people
that he cannot deal with them.
And in this case, they are mafias.
They have a strong, and you see, Museveni being a Muyekera, he knows. Was he not fighting? Didn't he have morals and traitors in your Obate's government?
Of course, they are there.
For him, he doesn't have, and he's in old age. This is a man. They have not. They have no mercy for him. If this what they are doing, the mafia gang is doing in Uganda currently, was done in 87 when Museveni was a younger man. Two, the mafia gangs in other countries don't steal from government. They steal from other countries. This is how the Italian mafia has developed Italy. This is why the British capitalists developed Britain. They were plundering other countries to take it to Britain.
I see.
I gave an example of a man called Shadrach.
The one who stole gold.
Yes. Shadrach was
decorated.
A notorious pirate. But when he went to Britain with 3,000 bars of gold, the queen
decorated the girl.
Yes. Shadrach.
I read that in your book called Crucified for My Own Wealth.
Crucified for my wealth.
Yes.
I said that instead of encouraging these people, where do you get money? You get money from banks, you get money from inherited, you get
money from borrowing,
or you get money by crude methods. Why do you attack brain weight? But Kaka stole money from brain weight. Yusuf was pouncing on these people. The same one as everybody, snatching their money. Are they killing? In that book, do you know that in that book I wrote that the hunters will be hunted?
Yes.
Where is Kaka?
One of the subheadings of inside your book, there was the hunters. The hunters will at one time be hunted. Kaka fears to go to parliament when he was appointed the ambassador. He fears to go there, will be arrested. I see.
Yes, I said in that book, the hunters will be hunted. Yusuf will be hunted. And they are being hunted by, the hunters will be hunted. These 167 people who have been arraigned before the International Criminal Court, they were divided into two groups. One must attend sessions in Hague.
I see.
Mulimu gwe nasabira ewaffe alina omutwe gumulinga ebbuloka namusabira ewaffe bamuwabe bamubata emba ennyonyi kuneereegamu. Yes, kakati ekyokusatu ekiri mu Uganda nti mafias don't steal important or undermine important pillars of the state. Look what Ethiopia in Airways has agreed. All of the key players in Ethiopia agreed. Let us not destroy this Ethiopian Airways. Let it be a national carrier, flag carrier. And it is one of the best. It's an African wound. Kakati rojo sanga nti eyaba no bagibbirawo ne mubire teyaluddeyo. Nebagisuma mubire teyaluddeyo. Ennyonyi ya wano omanyi yavudde dda mu bbanga ate gundi agaye Samuel was telling nti yaweddemu amafuta nga tewali abawa credit. Ennyonyi eyo egendamu abantu 67 naye ne bumubeeramu basatu batwala essowaani 120 ez'emmere. Ani agisapulayi? Abadde minisita kati bamugoba atalina wooteri abadde asasulamu emmere. And what people didn't know, they started with the short route planes, like going on its maiden flight to Mombasa. It took a container of organs, human organs. I see. Another container is hiding in Uganda. Yeah, you knew that this was not a commercial venture. I see. We told them, how can you start an airline when the giants are collapsing or making alliances, merging? Imagine. When you go to Zimbabwe, you cannot have a Zimbabwean policeman accepting a bribe from a poacher. It brings what? Wanochiche bataba. You get a one which bataba. Sente UPE bazibba. Sanctuary bajiba. Museveni eza radio net TV eza popularizing Museveni mu kalulu bazibba. You tell me where the yellow bicycle zani yali agira. It could be that immediately they alive. Museveni bwe yaleta obugali naye nga akagali okavugamu wano na wali bekakutuka. Ale bukyalabika. Yes, abantu babubba ne bakola ki? Ne batwala president mu company ekola batteries. Nga bamulimbye eti radio and nobody is arrested. That must be a coalition government. Mzee kankubuuzi. Ne babba amasanyalaze ne babba sente za polisi eza sako tewali gwe batatiya ne babba emisaala gy'abali e Somalia ne babba owino ne babba ettaka ly'ebisaawe gavumenti kyeno. Let me tell you, Museveni invited the delegates, NRM delegates, who have who can decide to remove their chairman. Did they receive the money? Sente zalemera ku simu ya muwala wa Mbabazi. Era what Museveni did was to get other funds. How can somebody steal money intended for delegates? And they say was it retrieved? How can you steal money belonging to soldiers at war? Why didn't they steal money belonging to soldiers here? You know what happened in Sierra Leone? In Sierra Leone,
maybe they were plotting to kill them from there.
Former president
because I can't steal some money of someone at the battlefield.
Joseph Mamo sent Stresser to fight the rebels. When the soldiers were not facilitated, they held the meeting. What do you have in Freetown, the capital? Nothing. Do you see the children of these ministers? No. Why are we killing each other? We are young. They agreed overthrew Mamu. Stresser captured Captain Stresser Valentine took power because of money. Because the government failed to give them facilities. So was it a safety or a coup? And it was because Museveni knows the science of the military that he even hired a passenger plane to bring the soldiers' wives, the Congolese. I don't know where they were going. He also gave them other funding, like he did when Mbabazi's daughter failed to deliver money. That
got stuck on a phone.
Why did the NRM fail to have fair Kamyufu, the primaries? Mbabazi's daughter, the daughter of the Secretary General, refused to surrender the Yellow Book because he wanted 6 billion. Where do you find this?
In this government.
Because you would expect
in Museveni's government
the daughter of the Secretary General to work voluntarily.
Of course.
This is what my children are asking me. Why do you risk? Yes, I'm risking because I don't want to go into exile. I risk because I want to make a reference. Abasajja bano bategere twababulira. Nkabadduka kuba abantu bajja kuyika mu lukulu. Twagala bategere tefe tuli banuwa. Tubabulidde we have told them. Baganya okuwulira.
Yamata bagajja.
Omanyi gundi oyo.
Tebawulira.
Omanyi oyo omusajja gundi.
Aliwa.
Alex Mukulu. Alex Mukulu's play 30 years of bananas. He had photographs of Ugandan presidents. And they had no ears. He asked him, why have you used the photographs of former presidents after removing their ears? He said, Ugandan presidents, they come with time when they cannot listen. Uganda examine Alex Mukulu's God play. Fetwagala tubalage, nze my role eri I have 2 roles. One, to tell the public that is the problem is not Museveni. Why? Because if we don't tell the public that it is not Museveni, what we are going to have is what Muganda says. Omuganda ganti obuuka urine n'olinya mupi. Kakati bano babaagala bakiyipinga everything on Museveni bamujjeko. But when Museveni is removed by a member of the mafia gang, it will be worse. This is why I come in. Museveni ampasete meka. Nemotoka nze njeeteramu amafuta. I put fuel in my vehicle. I pay lunch for my driver. I even pay allowances for my security people.
I see.
Bampaji. Do they pay me for these programs I make? They're depleting my family resources. What do they give me? Nothing. This government is not facilitating me at all. But for me, the president usually quotes the Bible. Waliwo omusajja yafa n'agenda mu ggulu n'alaba nga agenda kubonaabona n'agamba Katonda, let me go back home and advise my brothers. God told him, you cannot go back because there are people who are guiding your brothers. Tojja kuddayo. Katonda atuwadde omukisa okubuulira abasajja bano nti ejjoogo lyabwe obusuma bwabwe bwe banaaba tebabukutteeko gavumenti yegudde kana akaloolo COVID is going to overthrow the government. I was talking to somebody and I told him what happened to Martinique. Anybody who did not study history, European history, Uganda study Martinique and compare the situation with Uganda. The Vienna conferences.
I see.
Martinique could do.
I remember that.
But Martinique failed to handle the revolutions of 1848. Do you know how he ran out of Vienna?
No.
He moved like a madman on a forged passport. And when he arrived in Britain, he never came back to participate in the politics. ekisuula gavumenti kiba kitono nnyo. Unlike enzige, unlike HIV, this COVID-19 has forced people into you have removed liberties from people. And Ugandans fall into the category we call double Z. Zenkolawo zendya. They don't depend on salaries. They don't depend on surpluses. They don't have savings.
Why is it that Museveni, every promise of Museveni never comes to pass? He has just promised people money and they are not seeing the money. People are dying of hunger.
There is a
there is nothing from him.
That believes that by sacrificing Museveni, to get another chance of stealing more and protecting what they have looted. What did happen? What happened to Muwanga when he overthrew? But it's going to happen here. Ugandan is not the civils.
Of course.
Kubanga mbabulira nembagamba nti COVID-19 affects everybody.
Yes.
Children are not going to school. People are not moving out. Those who left their merchandise in shops are rotting.
Yes.
They have not. Those who are the boys.
And we remember last time when they went back to the shops, people charged them rent.
People, especially these women who cook food, the women vendors, they buy the items. They follow a previous day. Baba gamba buganti enchete mudda. Ultimatum. But even duka nobody baba teka mu lugudo babbe. Kakati nkubulira ne gamba. Nti Machiavelli tells you never mess up with something that unites all of the people at the same time.
I see.
Whether you are an animal man, they are out of touch with the population.
Of course.
If I show you the messages on my telephone, people who are asking me for money, you can think that people think that I'm part of government. But I don't have their money. I don't have their money. They cannot give me money because they want me to be controlled like a testicles in somebody's pants, which I cannot.
I see.
I know kubera wansi omuntu tumufuge ngufugani. Nze toyinza kumfuga. Kubanga nkimanyi even if I work with you, temuyina gwe muntu gwe muwa sente. Muri bajoozi bujoozi. Bagala ffe tubakolere banga balya sente bebasa. This is their mistake.
Kakubuze buzeyi. Museveni alagira ati omuntu permanent secretary wa kintu namugamba ekintu n'agaana.
Andi kankubuulize. Ye Museveni
ngasiba aba opposition bano bamulemerawo.
In political science, if you want to earn people's sympathy, become a victim. This is what Museveni says. Nabagamba, what did I tell you? That in the public, people will say that Museveni was defied. But in Africa, people don't expect a woman to defy a husband.
Yes.
When a woman defies a husband, then it's a
weakness of the husband.
Yes, this is why if we want to be ridiculed on the village, let them send to the they know a leader is a leader. A leader cannot be defied without consequences.
I see.
This is as he wants to protect
and there are no
himself.
Consequences.
But the problem is that the real Museveni, the tough Museveni, abantu kwa bamanye ya kubobote na baba choli na kubani ntabera ya mudifyinga uwidde you down kankubulize mu abantu bali bamutya nnyo na yolundako abakuba mu ibali aba ate bali bakazi Professor Wangai Masai we used to refer to her as the mad woman of Kenya. She fought the acquisition, illegal acquisition of Kola forest near Nairobi. Baji bajizimba mama yubo mukazi n'abalwanyisa Nobel Prize winner. Kakati ekibira tekyaddawo. Omukazi omulala bali bamuyita Kaluwa. Masa Kaluwa. At one time, Moi criticized, attacked the opposition. Moi never recovered. Moi never recovered. A leader at least Museveni yali kutedda na wasaidi na mkuba mukomere nchane bamuta ne bamuwa bail na sendika message president to say ndi emputweyo obujemu when people are dying.
I see.
Did they elect Diana? They elected you.
I see.
Yes.
They never.
Me, I defend Museveni. It has come a time. It comes a time when things are undefendable.
Of course.
Yes, because I cannot close to the opposition, but I go home and sleep. There are things when it comes. You see, if you want to retain your dignity, when you want to retain respect in society, there are things you don't defend. When was a public relations officer, what's your comment on this? No comment.
Of course.
Yes, but you cannot defend. Defending, am I a mercenary? If I was a mercenary, what does he give me? Bampadeci. Bampadeci. Everything has been effectively sabotaged. If you bring an appointed later in my family, smash your head.
No, oba minister wa Museveni wali ngonomubuulira kikyogamba
kubanga ffe kati basigaziza ekintu kimu. They have embarked on a self-destruction mission. It is in their interest not to steal this money that the president has acquired.
Ziriwaze batabba lezedda bazi talina gwakwatako bajja nazo zibba
tobba katunda ka mulwadde bano abantu bagenda kuyika mu kibuga ate Besigye musajja mugezi bagula Besigye ne bagula ba leaders bonna ba Bobi Wine. Yes, if you buy opposition leaders you are risking having a hideous revolution.
I see.
You will get a hideous revolution. You will lose people to talk to.
I see.
Kakati ekyokubiri bwe bamala obbaliako ssente ffe be batawadde nti nze kwe batawadde ssente I should come and fight Besigye. I should come and fight Bobi Wine. For what? Kakati now bouncing back inciting border cyclists. Do you know why Besigye is inciting border cyclists? And Bobi Wine will join in. Because if Bobi Wine does not join Besigye, Besigye will take the people. Besigye is looking to what makes him relevant. Besigye is looking for an opportunity that makes him relevant to overshadow Ani Bobi Wine. Kakati Bobi Wine naye olunategeera nti
oli kazanyi.
Yes. Kakati ekyotomanyi kiri bwe kiti. These people want to incite the border cyclists that they have not benefited from Museveni's fund. What Museveni is going to do is call their leaders and give them money. Nga zino bazikoze eki? Nga bazitutte for fear of tear gassing people, for fear of riots in Kampala. I can bet Museveni will call at night leaders of motorcycles, the staged ones, those have been staged by Besigye, the opposition. Bajagenda chobola bantu bukedda akugamba to one of the assailants who attempted to kill General Katumba Wamala belonged to one of the groups in motorcycle business. Border riders to take influence in the border industry. Because when he left, about police border zao. This is where the border people have realized the importance of Kitata.
Yes.
His imprisonment exposed the border business to thieves, to policemen.
And they are stealing
when they
now.
grab a motorcycle, they wait for 90 days and use it as an exhibit and sell it. Kakati ababoda ne bategeera Kitata was not the problem. Kati bukedde kkulu naye akasajja ako balika bomu tayimba omutwe enseeri kawona kajja kufa bubi nga kana akasajja kasajja kagundi kana akobugalubindi kakabusenga kekwese kaveyo abantu bakakube bakaasa omutwe kkulu ejja kufa bubi kakati kkulu byakuleetera story to the assailants. Those who attempted to kill Katumba Wamala belong to 210. 210 does not exist. It was destroyed.
It was destroyed long time.
Yes.
Dissolved, and everyone went.
Takali rukongo kalinge enfudu ejimiridde. Kulu byalinge tota standing tota. Kali no rugongo gongolo naba. Naye onakulumba jaka kwata bakateeka ku kizindalo. Kali ogera abakakozesa. Kakati omayiro akiba kwa Kitata. Nti if we go on a strike, who is likely to counter this strike? Nti Kitata. Mukwata omuntu oli mumugambe nti wa 210 to put Kitata under fear naye gwe kasajja gwe wankuba muwulire kulubya wankuba muwulire ne kabushenga ye namusootinga naye naawe nja kusootinga teri yankuba tumwebaze ajja kuwonera watono okutemba ennyonyi kuba ye yabitandika tumwebaze yabitandika ajjeko bamupe bamutte bamutwe ogwo bagwase. This is how I do things. Kakati nkubulira negamba ti Museveni is in a dilemma. These people are inciting border riders. Museveni cannot risk a situation because allowing them to demonstrate in Kampala means that they are breaking COVID rules and they are spreading the disease. Because if you want today, unlike previously, today if you had the money that the government has borrowed from the bank, World Bank and IMF, at free interest rates, what do? Test the people. After testing them, vaccinate them. You can use 2,000 army trucks, mobile clinics to vaccinate in 2 weeks. We have 804 sub-counties in the whole of Uganda.